So, I got inspired while watching TikTok, which is never a good idea. And we're going to try something we've never done with our little iFixit kit. We're going to dismantle a PlayStation 5 controller. We went to GameStop right now and bought a certified pre-owned because I wasn't going to waste one of our good PS5 controllers doing this. But we're going to try dismantling it, then painting it, then putting it back together, and hopefully it works. We already checked it, we put it in the system, went into Astro's Playroom, did the controller demo, everything works fine, it feels just like a regular controller, the speaker worked fine. So I guess let's get started. iFixit tools, we're going to start off with a little pry tool right here in the bottom. You just got to work it in. Supposedly this is supposed to be really easy. Look at that. Now we're just going to slowly work our way around. I hate plastic tabs. We've had to deal with them on laptops a couple times. Swap to the other side. That one popped up real easy. I imagine there's going to be another pin right about there. Okay, popping back this way. Now, as far as I can tell, it should just finish popping up at this point. There it goes. Okay, so far so good. Looks like we didn't break any of the connectors. Puppy dog, where are you going? Okay, so we're gonna have a screw here and here. And then I know we need to pop also back here. That guy. I suggest putting a finger over it, else they'll pop straight out. And that guy. Okay. And then we're gonna put those. They are labeled, so that's gonna make that easier. And there should be, yeah, so there's a screw right in there. I don't know how well you can see that. And then on that side. So we got 4 screws. They look to be probably a 0. Yeah, probably a 0. Always keep notes. Makes it easier putting things back together. Now, this video is not sponsored by iFixit. However, I can honestly tell you, from an honest opinion, that we absolutely love their tools. I've used them for quite a while now, and all the IT stuff I do for work. And they come so in handy, especially when doing teardowns. So now it looks like, from everything we've seen, that should release the back plate. Maybe not. two pins, two clips right there, and that's probably what's holding us up. Was there any up here? No. So as far as I know, this should just now pop away. Okay. We're gonna set that guy there, double check our marks. It looks like we did that without damaging it. Sweet. Okay. Now we're down to the board. First things first, guys, always be safe. Carefully remove batteries before you start working on other things. Use a pair of pliers. Just try to gently wiggle it out. Maybe this side, maybe that's gonna be the better way. There it goes. And that should just now slide out. We're gonna put that on that. I don't like putting that there. Okay. So we're probably gonna have to remove. I see nothing connecting to the front plate, so probably gonna have to remove that to get down to the main board in order to shift on to the next piece. So let's go ahead and unscrew something else. So this is going to be the, again, keep notes. So we're going to grab that screw. Oh yeah, I can feel it starting to loosen. Look at that thing! Big old screw for inside the controller. Just going to loosen that guy. So do I need to... Yeah, so I don't damage that. So we want to unplug the front microphone because we're not going to dismantle the board. Just go and slip in there. Carefully slip it up. And then the board just wedged in there. So we just want to slowly work it backwards, I believe. Ooh. Maybe not. Oh, looks like there's two screws. Okay, maybe we don't have to do that part. Let's try that, and then we'll come back to that piece.
Write down your screws.
By the way, you whispering like that, it's still gonna be cut off on that mic. Just so you know. Oh, sorry. Just so you know.
Me.
Okay, so let's double check since those two were there and I didn't see them originally. I don't see any others. Careful of sweat. Guys, I know ribbon cables are still nice in the aspect of what all they can do, but maybe it's time to find a new way instead of using ribbon cables. Ah, you stupid thing. We're getting it. Okay, now that that's off. Okay, now that we're here, we gotta work those back carefully. And we got two more screws here on the back of the touch sensor. Sony, thank you for using everything the same hex type. Other companies can learn from that. I don't know how it is on your console. I will not be tearing that apart though. Now this board should pull away. And then this guy can all go carefully off to the side because we're not going to need it at all for the rest of this. Okay, so we know we're going to need to take off the microphone carefully. We don't want to damage it. And then that's going to be fun to have to re-slide back through later on. I should mark for myself later on which mic was which. because I'm still trying to remember exactly myself right now when I just took it off. So I believe this was the front and this was the back, because the front has a longer ribbon. Okay, now we're gonna need to pop this guy off. PlayStation button looks like it's the not PlayStation but the mute button looks like it's held in by 2 clips right here. Yep, that's exactly what it is. So those are going to slide right off. Let's see, let's get this guy out of the way. It looks like we've got 2 more screws. We're going to take those out. So our front board just dropped right down. And it looks like we should be able to paint that so long as we're careful and we keep it from straight on the top. So we'll set that to the side. This backboard, whole plate can just go sit right at that. Ooh. Okay, these look to be just set in there. To figure out how that came out before I take the next one out. So there's a little notch that should go down towards either the buttons or the D-pad. Actually, buttons or D-pad were in reverse. So we have pause and share. So that's the share. That's the pause. Okay, we want to pop out each of these little sub pieces. And try to make sure we keep those with the right pairings. Cool, next we need to get out, here's our LED strip, not LED strip, but our diffuser for it, in order to give the lighting effects that the controller can do. So we want to make sure we pop that out. And it looks like it's just wedged just right. So we need to pop it over one. That's it. Okay. I popped it back in to show you. So we got two little clips right here, right above where your PlayStation button is. If we pull the plate downwards, we can actually pop those over it. And that just starts to slide up. And now we can just roll it out. So it just rolls in there and it rolls right out. We want to take that apart away. So we don't want that. And there we go. From there on, the rest of this should be fine to spray from the top. So the plan is, I'm saying this to remind myself and to make sure I have it correct. We're going to leave the buttons, the D-pad, the same. The triggers, the same. That's why we didn't even bother with these guys. The joysticks, the same thing. If this works, a future video, we might try to take those apart carefully and try to repaint those. The bottom, the front, the back, and the touchpad we're going to paint. So we're going to do the front is going to go ahead, the front and the D-pad are going to go ahead and be blue, which we're going to have to water that down. Then the base point into the back is going to be green. So I think we're to the point that we need to get the paint rig set up and prepped and water down some colors and then switch over to that and try spraying. So what could go wrong? I don't know if we have the mixture right. We're going to try a little bit on it on this front plate, probably on the inside under the platform, under the front cover I should say. That way we can see if it's working. So let's just... No! I mean, it's so faint. You know what? We got some oil paint. I think we're going to switch to that. We've used it in the past. It's worked well. And I just can't get this balance right. So unfortunately, time to swap paint. Let's try this blue, which is a little bit darker. Oh yeah. Okay, set that to the side. So far so good. See how well it dries. I can see a couple little spots. Okay, so this one we're going to hold because we want to make sure we don't get on that bottom board. I think that looks pretty even. Oh, perfect. Okay, we're gonna set it down. And now I think we're gonna have to wait to let it dry. We got a couple fingerprints there on the side we're gonna have to clean up. But for the most part, that's looking pretty slick. Let's go back over this, try and do a little bit of touch up and a second coat. This time with gloves so I can go hold it. That looks better. Now we're going to do the same on this side. I might have been a little heavy, but we'll see. We'll let that dry. Now this one came out pretty good, so there's not much we need to touch up. But we're going to do a second coat. We should do a little bit along that top board. Nice. We're gonna step away, let it dry again. So, the camera person just figured out that they can zoom out. Anyways, so we got our centerpiece, or bottom piece I should say, that we're gonna primer white in order to go and add color to. And we decided we're gonna actually primer the PlayStation logo and then spray that back as gold. So we'll see how that comes out. One way or another, once it's done, it's done. We're not gonna go backwards. So, let's start primering. And the camera person starts knocking things over and almost making a mess.
Rude. How dare they?
That worked well. I guess pinch between the nails. It's so tiny. I think that's all we're gonna do to that. Look at that. Look at that. We're just gonna place that to this. Actually, we can place that off on its own now. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna try to do this pretty evenly. Hopefully, not losing too much of the texture, at least the look of the texture. So. Now we dry and wait for full second coat. Second coat at the bottom. Let's do it. I think that just about does the bottom. Looks pretty good. Time for the baby PlayStation button. I'm gonna be super careful. I can't get a good grip right here. And that's all she calls for. So then we also now have a, I wish I remembered what it was, satin varnish that we're gonna try to clear coat this with. And we're going to do several coats of this because we don't want this to brush off.
After that,
Hmm?
you're leaning your, yeah.
You know what? Plan B, we're going to brush this apart.
Blue's running.
Yep, it is. That's not good.
Totally pulled. It's paint. We're just going for a new look. You wanted a worn blue look, yeah? So the only thing I can think of is try not to get so much varnish on the brush.
You still recording?
Yeah, but I can stop.
So, obviously this is not working the way we intended. Not that it's a bad thing, it does look kind of interesting. The varnish is removing, for whatever reason, the blue. The green is fine, and it's legitimately the same type of paint, same brand, paint brand. But, as the great Bob Ross once put it, we don't have accidents, we have happy little accidents, is well the way I think it was worded. So, we're gonna run with it. We're gonna try to make it match as best as we can, and make it more look like that's how we intended to do it. Unfortunately, I was really happy with the way those sides were looking, but I don't know, it's still kind of cool. We'll see what happens. So we're gonna do the next side and
Can you try to cut back?
and hope to God I can match that same style.
I'm curious if we let it dry longer, maybe? I mean, it was pretty dry.
Yeah, well at this point we're gonna try to wear it as close to as we can go. Now the fun part is trying to remember how to put it back together, because it's like 1:30 in the morning and this took a lot longer than I planned. As you saw, we had a bit of an issue, so we repainted and ran out of paint, and so we repainted, but didn't want to mess with the touchpad. So now we've gone from a 2-tone project to 4, but hey, it's not perfect. It was a first try. Now to try to put this back together. So, first things first, we want to of course flip our board over. I want to grab before that. Try not to scratch this board up. Well, this is not board, but the cover up. Okay, I know we need to get this guy back in, and it was a roll out, so we're gonna slide it that way, I believe. I'm not confident. I think that was like that. There it goes. Okay. Part 1 in. We need to get the buttons back in. So, flipping this way, we know we need triangle to be up here. Maybe not. Wait. Maybe like this. There we go. Yeah. Okay.
So switch them from how I had them.
The square goes towards the middle, and its big notch goes over here. So, but what I mean by that is there's a larger notch that each of these pieces are going to go towards. So then we know circle, turn over the notch, and this guy should just pop back into place. That goes on there, one there, there, and there. Back on, that's back on its 4 posts. So there's a notch there, lines up there. So your notch goes on the bottom. That's in. Same thing here. We're gonna line this up and connect back in those 4 posts. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we should be able to flip the board. Looking good so far. Go back. Okay. Next is what? The share and pause. Okay. So share is always on the left, which means it should be this side. The ish goes down. Pause goes on this side. The ish goes down. Okay. We should be able to add this board back. Just speak up if you're going to try to say something.
PlayStation.
Well, no, I know that, but I think, doesn't this one need to go back in place also right here, or does this go?
It will.
Okay.
My thought is the PlayStation button won't move.
I wouldn't go that, I wouldn't say that.
It's not supposed to move? Is that a better?
PlayStation. Keynote. Maybe take notes while you take this apart. The mic is on the bottom. That's the soft mute, okay. So the mute goes right here. I think it went in like, it goes in like this.
Who needs notes? We have memories from hours ago.
So I tried clicking those on the bottom, they go on top. Keynote. Also, don't flip it over with these buttons, it's not held in yet. Guys, it's late. We're gonna get this done though, we're almost there. I have no idea if this controller even works anymore. We've had to do a bit of work to it.
It'll work. It'll work. I am positive it'll work.
At least one of us is.
Okay, so now it has to be the touchpad with that back piece.
So the touchpad, this comes through.
And then we have screws.
And that goes in. Okay. The touchpad goes on the outside.
Oh, that'd be smart.
partially sits inside, I believe. No. Okay, I think that goes just like that.
If it fits, it ships. That looks really good.
Yeah, it looks like something.
Right. The colors are good.
So that connects to there. That ribbon cable should be going through that slot right there.
Okay.
That touchpad.
You already screwed in the touchpad.
There was 2 sets of screws for the touchpad. We're just practicing our ribbon skills, apparently.
We're practicing our taking apart and putting back together skills.
See, this is why we label our screws, because I looked over to see what my next set of screws was and realized they were supposed to be already on the board. I believe they go on that piece here. So we had to take this, carefully slide it out, and then carefully rotate it. And then it went there and there, I believe. That's probably what's going to push those buttons back up.
Makes sense. We tightened something.
There those are. We're going to rotate this back. And pull this guy back out.
The mics.
The front mic needs to go on. You know where the front mic goes? It goes right in there. You know what's not right there? The front mic.
Front mic that's over there. We're really just practicing our skills of taking apart this controller.
Yep, we are. Luckily, I think...
It just goes right there.
Does it?
I thought.
I think so. I didn't check what one that came out of on the board. That's problematic.
Time to do some research?
Well, let's at least get this wired back in place. So the mic goes right here. There's a little loop right there. And that comes down. It's gonna probably go to the one right there.
I think so.
No. Whoops.
Did you just break the mic?
Possibly.
Eh,
It's a possibility.
This is just the extra party controller.
Does it go in this one? Because it went through one of these, didn't it?
It did.
Luckily, I think this just kind of...
Chillaxes.
I think so. Okay. Our mic sits on the outside. Our ribbon cable goes to the inside. Looks like it goes in. There's a little gap right there. If I can just sneak its way in. Because we know that this lines up with that. Did it not go in? Did it just go around that? Am I trying to make it go somewhere it didn't originally go?
I don't know, are you?
Probably. Or did it go through this one? No, because that wouldn't have fit. Okay, we know the mic. Let's go through what we know. The mic should go right in here. So if the mic were to sit this way, what are you?
Uh-oh.
That is an O.
Oh, okay. Pause break?
That goes... That piece that popped out... Did it pop again? Was the speaker. And it just kind of sits in there. And presses up against two arms that push out from it to the main motherboard. That microphone did go through that little space we were trying to go through. I'm trapping ribbon cables. That should be able to slide back down now. Get that popped. There we go. And that one goes back in place right here. How that is, this one comes back down. Let's go ahead and do the microphone while it's still loose. Now this guy was on, it's the back of this. Was it on the back of it? Let's look at the other mic. The other mic has two pads. This mic has one. No. It wedges around it. Okay. This is a problem when you have fat fingers.
Do you want me to try?
If you would like to. Wait. Wait. I think I got it. Okay. Now we're gonna, you son of a
Biscuit.
You keep your biscuits. So we got it in. Celeste came and helped me. She got her fingers around that, and then we both had to work on it. Your red tab goes in this little slot. There's nothing to plug it to, it just holds it, and then this just gets kind of pushed back into place. On this side, we still need to reconnect our ribbon here. Which that just slides back in. We need to do the next two screws. Okay, next is the battery plate, which...
When do I do the back mic?
That should be after the battery plate.
Okay.
I believe. Because I believe that goes on like that, and there's the housing for the back mic.
Looks good.
Okay. This one seems super easy. Barely an inconvenience. If you get that reference, let me know in the comments. Okay, next we put the battery back in, which is over here.
That we found out we didn't actually need to unplug. But we did.
You should always unplug the battery for safety.
Oh yeah.
The battery still holds the charge.
Yes it does.
And it could still easily fry the board.
That is true.
Battery should be back in.
We have power.
We have power.
Praise.
So next we put this plate back on.
Carefully. I think top first.
Okay, next is the top screws. These should just pop right back in, just like that. Same on this guy. Next is the bottom screws.
The station, All Blues, on Amazon Music.
Alexa, stop.
Okie dokie then. Remember the points go in first.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. They go, yeah, along it. Well, we scuffed the paint up a little bit. But not too bad. So it's back together. Now to go open up Astrobots, open up the controller demo, and see if this still works. We're gonna go to the controller demo. If you haven't played Astrobot, play Astrobot. If you have your PS5. If you don't have your PS5, once you get it, play Astrobot. I can tell you the rumble is working at the moment. That felt correct. Cool. We got right, left, mute, PlayStation, circle, square. No, go back. That was good. Okay, those are good. Making screenshots. I shouldn't have hit play. I did this earlier when I was testing the controller. I feel like I'm supposed to have a audio at this point, though. I know we get to a point that I test the mic on its own, and the speaker. Okay. Good. We got a touchpad.
Praise. That's what I was worried the most about.
The buttons is working. Motion sensor. Wait, go back. Go back, please. I think I should hear it here. So we might have killed the speaker, or I put it back in wrong. Test 1. Testing, testing. And we killed the microphone.
Maybe.
Or we put it back in wrong. But it should still work because it's still plugged up. Wait, wait. Test. Testing, testing. It's like it's barely able to pick it up. Because see, you can see that it's picking up something. Okay, let's jump to what's a game that I could test the speaker on.
Sackboy Overcooked.
Overcooked.
Just burn something.
I don't know what I'm doing on this one.
Oh my god, it wants you to mix things. It wants an egg and honey in it.
Well, we're just gonna mix that. Call that good. Are you not gonna call that good?
I mean, you could have at least added an egg to it.
Big egg.
Thank you. I have to mix it again.
I just want to burn down the kitchen. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Nope. Things we gotta think about.
Yeah. So we didn't put it exactly back together correctly. That's 2 items. It's the mic and the speaker. We may take it apart again. It's not that crucial, especially if it's just a 4th controller. We feel confident enough to probably try this again. So, let us know what you think. And until next time. Bye, guys.